Hey, this is JD and welcome to my channel. I'm back for the reassembly of this very old Waltham pocket watch. So this is like a part 2 in the first video I just put online. I took this thing apart and I cleaned it. I didn't videotape the cleaning of it, but it's cleaned, and then I reassemble it in this video. So please enjoy, and please subscribe to my channel, hit like, it all helps. Thanks. Alright, I'm back. And the challenge is, I got this together here. Now I've got to figure out how this stuff works here. This looks like there's a pawl here, and the spring probably grabs one side of this, and then it grabs the other side of this. So I think this might actually go over the screw like that, but I don't know for sure. So these are always tricky to put back together. Something like that. And then this one here kind of looks like it goes like this, but I'm not absolutely sure either. So, but I know the spring goes over the top of this, but I don't know what this little groove would be for, unless it's for the spring. So I look at, that's why these things are, there's no documentation on how to do this stuff. I just have to guess. Yeah, it might go right over the top of this, so I think that this goes either this way or the other way, so I'm not sure. But it blocks the screw hole here, so theoretically it shouldn't block the screw hole. So maybe it goes the other way. I know whenever you try to put something back in, it always flips to the other side, so never fails. Anyway, so this would go in like this, and then this might go into the mouth of this like that, something like that. And then this spring that I got here would go equally, I think, over both of these sides. So it would be going here and here. So I'd have to push those, put that spring in nice and carefully. I think that's how it goes. Who knows? Who knows? Doctor Who knows. And then there's a plate, a small plate, like this plate here, and it would go like this, and then there's a screw as well. So the plate would go down like that. I probably can put the plate in before I put the spring in. Not sure. I'll try the spring first. A little worried about losing it. But I'm going to put my finger down in here. Apologize for the finger, but I've got no choice. Maybe I'll just put my glove on and see if I can hold it down with my gloved finger, trying to keep any fingerprints off of the movement, which is often tricky. Very tricky. I think my camera is a little bit fuzzy cam. Fuzzy cam, why are you so fuzzy? So, yeah, so that's like that. So if I can hold that in place, I might be able to stretch the spring over the top like that. Like that. So is that right? I don't know, but I'm going to put this piece on really quick before I lose it. And when it went on, it was kind of just over the top there, and the screw went through the center. Gotta be very careful here. I do not want to lose the screw or the stuff or the mechanism or anything, because I'll be screwed. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I can just put this in here. May have to play with the screwdriver here to get this in place. This is picky, finicky. Move it around like that. like so, and then maybe hold it down with the toothpick. There, I got the screw in. I'm just going to test this, lay this a bit flat here, and then test it. Alright, so that's in pretty solid. What I don't know is if this will move properly. Man, oh man. I need to move the whole movement over to the side here to test this properly. So I just rotate it a bit so I can expose this part of the mechanism. And then if I push down on this just a bit, yeah, it didn't work. It seems to be working. All good. I just need to apply a little bit of the old oil now. A little bit of the old oil. I don't know why I'm repeating things. I don't know why I'm repeating things. But I am. I always stop recording and start again. That way I don't have a glitch. And so right now I'm downstairs near the kitchen sink. I've got my old ultrasonic cleaner working like crazy. Ultrasonically cleaning the case. And it should just take out all the grim and crap out of the case. So we'll see how well that works. See what I got here. Yeah, that's good. There. So clean that off. And I think I can put in a little bit of this stuff here. This is the yellow stuff. I just want just a bit, and I just ended up touching the thing there. I get in there close, and you just have to put a bit, and it travels around, so you don't have to put too much. Although I do like to have the gears have a little bit here, so just so that they mesh nicely. And then the top of this thingamajobby here, where the head is, I keep touching other things. I'm pissing myself off here. Right there. And that oil will work itself into there, and then the crown, I think that's called a crown. But someday I will look all these up again. And then this one here. I think this is called the clutch wheel. This is a clutch wheel, or this is a clutch wheel. But it is a clutch wheel. So there. That's what that's called. I think it is a clutch wheel. So the other thing I need to put a little bit of lubrication on here is where that spring is in here. So that's probably why this is the way it is. So you can lubricate the side. Well, actually I can't, so I'll just lubricate right here where it rubs against this screw. That way when it travels by, there's a little less friction there. And I'm going to put a little lubrication on the inside of where the barrel goes. And again, you don't need much. You just need a little tiny bit. And right here, because this is where the barrel rides against the teeth. This is on this side, and this goes on the inside of that wheel that's on the other side. So it's all, so that's like that. And then the barrel, let's lift this up. I gotta check something here really quickly. Way, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. I'm actually answering a text message. So now I just want to put that barrel back in place again, and let's just turn this around. This goes like this, and then the barrel goes in over that. So I need to grab the barrel, and this goes on top of the barrel. Yeah. Let me grab this again and have a nice little look at it. You almost want to have some kind of a sticky thing in there so that it's nice and level. Alright, I may have to play with this to get this barrel back in. This is the barrel and the ratchet on it, but I don't want to record all the playing because it's boring as heck. There, I got the barrel in, and what I did was I grabbed it, I put the wheel on it, and there's a square hole. I slid it in sideways so it would move that little click spring out of the way. So I'm hoping that does the trick, and I got to figure out if I can put the main plate back on this now, or do I have to wait till I have all the wheels on first. So I might be able to put this on because all I have is the barrel cover here, and I think once you get that barrel in, they let you put this on because it's sort of critical. So you just have to drop this down, and I think you're good to go like that, and then put those screws in fast. So let me see which screws are the barrel screws. I'm not sure which ones are, but let me just, I think I removed these ones second, but not quite sure. Not quite sure. So I'm just going to put this in like that, hold that down like this, and then put these screws in just so I have the barrel in place. I'm not, again, not sure whether I got everything absolutely lined up here with the barrel, but a bit of a trial and error with these old watches. They're not easy. There's one sent to me from Texas, I think, this week, and I've got it looks like it's a mess. So the owner just sent it to me and said, here you go, have a shot at it, right? And I was like, oh my god, this thing is a mess. So what I'm going to do is have a look at the other end of this to make sure that I have truly a see if it's coming out of the hole there, and it looks like it is, and the plate is flat, which is always a good sign. So that's good. Now I got to lay down the components here one at a time. I should have closed my door because I think my wife's coming upstairs right now. Let me see what this looks like. I'm going to go into my photos here and have a look at the plates. I'm hoping I took a nice picture of this stuff. I don't think I did, actually. I'm starting to get cocky. Yeah, I don't think I did. I'm going to have to figure this out the hard way. The hard way. So the escapement goes in first, and it probably goes in pinned down. So think I'm good here. Anyway, before I start, I'm going to see if I can peg these holes out just a little tiny bit. So to peg these holes out, you should have a piece of pegwood, and you sharpen the end with a knife, and then you're going to be pegging the holes out here. So it's a little tricky. I don't think there's anything in those holes, but I'll peg them out anyway. So let me sharpen this up. Alright, now to peg them out, I need to get in close here, and I want to start at the bigger hole first. So the biggest hole would be this one here, which is the center hole. And as you go down into the various gears, that's the intermediate one. As you go down into the various gears, the pegwood actually conforms to the hole. So I think I broke a piece off, so I gotta sharpen it up again. Alright, now I just sharpened it up just again here, and I'll just put the point into the hole and then rotate. And then pull it straight out. And you can actually see a little tiny knob there. See how that little knob retains or remains? Then when you go to the next hole, the knob gets smaller because the gear is smaller. And then the last one, it's really small. Like that. Now I still have to deal with the cap on the balance here, but I'll get all this together first and make sure I can run the train. After I've pegged the holes out, though, I want to poke those with Rodico just to catch any leftover pegwood that might be hanging out. Hanging out. And I truly believe that this, so those are pegged out. I should have done that while the plates were off, but I was lazy or something, right? So I truly believe this just goes backwards. It goes in backwards. So, and what I'm going to do too is plunge the ends of these gears in some pithwood, so which would take off any remaining stuff that might be on the pivots. So I'm just plunging the pivots in with pithwood over here in the plunging the pithwood land, right? And once I've plunged it in and drop it on the mat, I got a really nice mat here. It's a dollar store mat, and I just have to put it down like that, making the bold assumption that this is where it goes. There's gear number 1, and then gear number 2 would be the second gear. Let me look at it closely. Yeah, that's sparkling clean. There's no issue there at all. So again, very carefully pick it up. I'm picking this up by the pinion, and I'm going to drop it straight down through the middle like that. There's the 2 gears, and I have to have the intermediate gear go down, and that would go, I'm thinking pinion up, but yeah, it's pinion. I think it's pinion up. Yeah. Actually, there looks like there's a hole there for the pinion, so maybe it's pinion down. No, that hole's not big enough. It's got to be pinion up. So I should have taken. I should have taken a photograph of all this nonsense before I took the gears out. Usually I do that. There we go. That was not easy to put in. I wanted to do something else. Now this wheel, I'm hoping this wheel just goes down, but I'm not sure. I think it should. So this is the center wheel, And this should go all the way down, but it might tuck under the plate here, which means I got to take the plate off again, put the wheel in, and then put the plate down. Because if I look at where that center wheel sits, it's right there, and it's tucked in underneath this plate. So I do have to remove this plate again, which is scary because the mainspring is in there, and I don't want the mainspring to take a walk on me. So, but I'll just lift this up nice and easy. Drop that center wheel down and then put it down. So just put some pressure on the top with the pegwood, or the whatever it's called. It's pegwood, yeah. One thing when you're videotaping these things and you're trying to do the watch work, it's a little more difficult because you're kind of getting in the way of yourself, and you're trying to do a good job to start with. I'm going to lift this straight up nice and easy so it doesn't take the I just pushed down on the top there with my pegwood, and that was so that it wouldn't take out the barrel arbor. There we go. There, everything is kind of in place, and now I just want to drop this back down again. Now this has got to drop down nice and easy, or else I get trouble again. So I'm going to go straight down here, like so. I got to see where the hole is for this. There's too many darn holes in this watch. Well, that didn't work. Let me just adjust it. There we go. It's down now. And I'll just hold it down with my pegwood because the spring pushes up a bit on that. So it's not good, but I'm going to reach over here while I'm doing this. I should try to center this, but I'm a little nervous. Just move it like that, and then there. Move the camera while I'm screwing things in. There's multitasking for you. And I got my golf voice happening right now because I'm worried that if I breathe too much, this is not going to work. There, so that's now down. And you see how that center wheel tucks in. Again, if you haven't seen my videos before, these are the fingernails for playing guitar, and these are fingernails for not playing guitar. So that's how that works. And now I can take a breath. Oh my God, I'm going to peg out the holes on this right now, and I'll be back. So I pegged the last hole out here and left pegwood in the hole, which is not good. So I got to get that pegwood out and just poke it with Rodico and it should come out. I couldn't get this pegwood out of the hole here, so what I'm having to do is sharpen another piece of pegwood out and then try to push it out from the other side. So let's see if this works. I'm not quite sure if it will, but yeah, there we go. See, yeah, there, it's out. So just sharpen up another piece of pegwood if it gets stuck going in, and just peg it out from the other side and you're good to go. So you're good as gold, Jerry. So now I can put this piece down. So what I do when I put this piece down is I drop it down, and then I try to align everything up after I've placed it down. So it's a little tricky, but it works. That's a loud cough. So I want to make sure that this bar, I'm still not sure what this bar does, but I want to make sure this is out a bit, like that. And then I put this down here and just float it right over the top there. Oh, one more thing before I do that. I want to put a little tiny bit of oil right over the shaft, because that rotates down through there, and that just makes it nice and smooth. Becomes a smooth rotation. I gotta clean this off here, so should show you guys what it looks like from a distance. This is the operating from a distance, like that. There's the oilers, and there's where are my other oilers? Oh, they're over here. There's my oilers there, and then these here, which are really nice, like that. So that's what she looks like from a distance. So it's just trying to keep everything nice and close for you. It's live focus, it's called. There, that's pretty nicely focused, I think. Live focus. You got it here. You got commentary. You got live focus. You got somebody talking about life and all of the other things that are part of it. And so you just drop this down like that, and see how it finds its home. It's like this here. And I think I need to poke the thing out just a bit before I do this. So I need to have the movement come out a bit, I believe. I think I do. Let me see. No, this is actually where it's supposed to be. Yeah. I'm between two pairs of glasses here, I think, and it's kind of confusing me. So let me see. This goes over like that, and now it's a matter of just poking these little tiny wheels until the whole thing falls in. So what I normally do, or what I do, I do it, is I'll just take a screw and put it in there, and I'll screw that down just a bit, not a lot, just a bit, and that's so to hold the plate in place. So when I poke when I move the wheels around, there's no pressure on this little screw at all, like none at all. There's it's pretty free play there. There's plenty of side shake, or end shake, or whatever you want to call it, shake, rattle and roll shake. So that's good, because you don't want to have any pressure on those going down, because you're going to screw the pivots, right? You got issues. So put that down, and then I back it off a bit. Now I've got to lift this whole thing up and then look in the side, and then use this device here that I got, I think, at a hobby shop, and just poke until these wheels fall into place. Sometimes it happens in a few minutes or a few seconds. Sometimes it's longer, but these full plate movements are a real pain in the butt. So the movement I'm going to be working on is going to be very tough, because it's a full plate old vintage movement, and to get those wheels back in on a full plate movement, no wonder he sent it to me, because everybody else would take a sledgehammer to it. So I'm just going to turn this off for a second and poke around. So I've done all the poking that's needed, and it seems like it's fallen into place. So now all I have to do is tighten these screws. So as I tighten the screws, I'll be testing to make sure there's no pivots hanging out. So what you do, let me get my I look at the top to see if there's pivots showing. So I just tighten the screw here a little bit, like that, and tighten this one a little bit, not a lot, like that. And then you just look down and see if the pivots are showing, which they should be. And then just touch this just a bit to see if it's running freely, and it is. So I think we have success. So I'm going to stop recording right now, because I'm just going to look at this from the top, and all the pivots are showing through. So I believe I can tighten this now. So let me just get my piece of pegwood and push down a bit, and then I'll tighten this up. Tighten this up. And then tighten this up. Now, when I turn this, push in and then turn it, it should run the train. Let's see if it does it. It should run the train. I'm going to just push in just a bit, and then there we go. So that's absolutely perfect. It's running the train just a little bit. So I'm going to take a break right now and see you back in a few seconds. Alrighty then, so the last step in this process is to strip the balance, take off, because it's a broken balance staff, I need to take off the hairspring. Then I need to remove the roller table from the back end of this movement, and with my staking set I need to punch out the let me just get under here, tuck under here nicely. I need to get a little leverage here to move this up. What you don't want is for your hand to slip while you're doing this. There we go. So it's basically out, hopefully. Just got to be very careful when you're doing this, because this can cause all kinds of problems. So I'm going to, alright, first of all I'm going to remove the roller table from this watch here, because I can't take the balance staff off without taking the roller table off first. So I should be able to punch this off with this nice little kit I have here. And I'm not quite sure, but I think I can use this to just smuck it down and the roller table should come off. It's not really as tight as I want it to be though, so I'd like it to be very tight so I don't have the possibility of that roller table cracking, which would cause all kinds of different problems. So if I slide it in here, I'm not sure if this is too fat to do this with. I had my magic roller table remover in the past, so maybe that'll still work. Let me have a look at that. Alright, this is the magic roller table remover. So the way this little beastie works is that you get this one out of the way here. You put the balance in here. I'm going to figure out how to do this. I haven't done this in a little while. I'm going to put that arm of the balance in there like that, and it's kind of sloppy here. I need to open this up a bit. It's opened up a little bit. Now see if I can tuck that in. I'm not sure if I can tuck that in like I did before. There we go. And then you just slide it in like this, right? Then you have to close this up. So and see if I can close this up nice and tight. And what that does is it slides underneath the roller table. And make sure that the impulse jewel is not in the way of all this nonsense. And I think we're good. So this closes it up nice and tight, like that. And I should be able to punch down, and then the roller table will come out. So let me grab one of my punches here and see which one fits the best. I'll look at the end here and make sure it's just going right over the pivot here. Is that good there? Got to keep looking at stuff when you're doing this. So it's slightly off. So I'm going to loosen that up a bit. And I'll align that so it's slightly over the pivot here. You know, it was a lot easier last time I did this. Look at the other punches and see how wide they are. This one seems to be a bit more wide here. So let me look at this one here. See how this one fits. There, that's a bit better. So I'm just going to close this magic roller table remover. It's so magic, I'm telling you. It's so magic. It's nice and tight. Now I should just be able to hit this on the top with a hammer. So you just have to hit everything with a hammer in this watch repair business. So let me see if I can do that. Nice tap with the hammer, and there we go. So the roller table is now off of the balance. Just pick that roller table up. I'm going to put it in, and it's in good shape. It's not cracked or anything, which is what you want. And you loosen this up, and then take the balance out. That's phase one with the magic roller table remover. Just hang on, let me put that down here. Throw in the magic roller table remover stakes, and I have also have a broken one. So this one broke. I think I screwed that up and broke it. So I also have another group of stakes that are also used for removing roller tables, and that's see if I can grab these here. Yeah. So these here punches too. These are also removed for removing roller tables, and this here you just put in your staking set. You put this one in your staking set, and you turn it. You tighten it within your staking set, like that. And then when I turn this, it'll tighten it'll tighten these springs when I turn this knurled beastie here. So this is a roller table remover as well. So I could have used that. It has stakes and all kinds of other stuff there too. So that's just vintage. So, but I got the roller table off without a problem. And now, see, I got another hammer. You need a hammer. You need hammers for all this work. So now we're going to just get a different view here, and there we go. Now we're going to take off the balance staff, and I'm punching it out, so it's got to be punched out downward. So, and I don't know if it's a friction fit or riveted, but it's hard to say. It's very small. So I want to find the right hole to put it in so it just sits flat, right? So that's good there, and that's also good. So you want to pick the smallest one you can. I think that's it right there. Let me go one more and see if that fits. No, that fits nicely, and we see if that goes down even further. No. I might use this one because it goes flat with that one. So I think I'll use this one, and let me just align this up with my let me just align this up to make sure I've got the right one here. So I just want to take this out for a second, like that, and that's the hole I'm looking at. So just line that up and then tighten it in the back. So now that's centered nicely. And I have to get my other magic roller remover devices. So, and of course I forgot which one it is. It's one of these two holes. I think it's that one. So that's that, and then I need to get my removers of balance staff device. So these are sought after devices, I think, and they're so sought after I can't find mine. I'm looking in my little bags right now and continuing to chat while I look for this stuff. Nope, that's not it. That ain't it. That's not it. That ain't it. That's not it. Maybe it's in the front. I've got a little container that's got all my stuff in it for special tools, and usually it's just in the front of this thing, but let's move. There it is. So this is the device here, and just scramble away to get the right stuff here. Yeah, so it's these guys here, and what these guys do is snug the arms of the balance down, so you don't have to worry about them hitting anywhere. So first thing I want to do though is make sure that the stake I have fits over that and I can use that to punch out the balance. That stake works well. I'll check this one too, just in case. Pick the better one of the two. No, this one works well too. This one gets all the way through with the pivot, so I think I like this one better. So I'm going to use this stake here. So what I need to do is pick one of these two. I'm not sure what these are called, jobby doohickeys. So I think I have another set of these as well. So you take these here and you wind them in tight, like let me get in front here, like that. Wind them in nice and tight. Then you put it over the balance, like that, and in like this. Get that out of the way. And then you put the stake all the way through, and you look through a hole in the side and make sure that the stake is actually over the pivot, which it is there. And once you have that situation, you're raising this up here to snug up. So it's pushing both ways here to snug that balance down. So that's snug down now, nice and tight, and that prevents the balance from warping. Now I want to catch that when it comes down, so I can just put my finger there for now on the bottom, because it will come down and hit the hole, but this is the balance staff coming down, so I should just be able to hit it once and it comes down, and there it is. See on my finger? That is the balance staff that I just punched out. So I'm going to throw that in here in my little case. I need to loosen that this way. There's an arm here you loosen it with, and just loosen that up like that. Take this stake out, and there's the balance. And when you look at the balance, there's no bending or anything of the arms of the balance by using this device. So this is a good find. I've used it for many years, so it's a good find. So now the balance, so it's out now, it's all good, and I think basically we're good for now. So what I have remaining, let me look. Oh, move over here for a second. What we have now is, move some of the stuff out of the way, is we have the watch apart. I'm going to order a new balance staff for this watch rather than making one, because I think it's going to take me about 4 hours to make one, and it's probably under $20 to order a new one. So with shipping, and I'm telling you, 4 hours versus $20. Take your 4 hours every day, any day, right? So I'll just lean that in like that. I'll take the screw for the balance cock and put that in with the balance here. I'm going to go, I got to go get the case for this, but I should take these two case screws here, and I'll just throw them in there. I just want to make sure everything is here that I need, right? So as you saw, this movement is now running, which is nice. I'm just going to move this over and focus a bit. Yeah, the movement is now running, so all I need to do is stake on a new balance and make sure my bead error is good when I do that. And then that'll be the next phase in this adventure. So for this little pocket watch. So it's all good. So thanks for watching. Always clean up your mess after you're finished. Otherwise you'll get yelled at. So there, I'm cleaning up my mess. This little device here. This is an exceptional tool to use for fixing or for basically punching out the balance staff. So magic roller remover that I have actually worked, which is kind of cool. I'd love to get another one. They were $3 100 years ago. Amazing price. Anyway, that's it for the video for this time, and I'll catch you on the flip side. I guess this is part 2 of the previous video. So thanks for watching, and when I get that new balance staff, we'll continue.